lined up for you guys tonight. Wait until you see who's playing the game. We're so excited to have you guys here live on Facebook and also live on YouTube. Please leave your comments in the chat room and let's get that conversation going. And now it's time to introduce the Wheel of Stories. There are 12 permanent topics on the wheels, you guys. And if a contestant lands on the topic, they'll tell their story on that topic. Topics like drunk tank, pets, breakup, school days, virginity, holidays, birthdays, mom, and on and on. There's also one space that says free. And if the contestant lands on free, then they can choose any topic on the wheel. There's also 3 spaces that say audience. And if the contestant lands on audience, well, it gets very exciting for you guys at home because you guys can choose any story topic you like. And one of our guest judges, our expert judges, will choose one of them to be the contestant's topic. And speaking of expert judges, let's bring them in the room right now, guys. All right, you guys, our first judge is an Emmy Award-winning comedy writer who has worked extensively with Dennis Miller and also on the show Showbiz Show with David Spade. Now, he's got a brand new show coming out soon. It's called Super Funny. Please welcome the talented Eddie Feldmann. Eddie!
Nice to see you. Good to be back on Story Smash.
All right, you guys, this next judge, she has an extensive history with comedy. She was a segment producer on The David Letterman Show, and she co-created and was the executive producer of The Daily Show with Jon Stewart. And now, check this out. She's a mad chef. That's right. Check out her fabulous cooking show, which has been featured on The Today Show twice. Find out more at madinthekitchen.com. Here she is right now, the fabulous Chef Madeleine Smithberg.
Hi.
All right, you guys. This final judge coming to the stage, he's a writer who wrote on the Emmy Award-winning Modern Family for its entire 11-year run. He's also in production now with comedian and actor Kevin Nealon and his new show, Hiking with Kevin. And he's also the author of this book right here. He started it, My Twitter War with Donald Trump. Please welcome Danny Zuker!
Oh, what an honor.
How's it all going tonight? How's everybody doing? Danny, how are you?
Oh, my God. I mean, it's been great. So wild. The parties, the dating. It's all been really, really fun.
And
but
Eddie,
then again.
And everything going well for you?
Who, me? Yeah. Staying in my place, not going anywhere. It's wonderful. Enjoying every day.
Madeleine,
this is my big night.
A couple of times, but we've changed the rules around a little bit. So let me explain the rules. We're going to play 2 rounds of Story Smash tonight. In the first round, the contestants will spin the wheel, and whatever it lands on, they'll tell a true 1-minute story. And in the second round, same thing, twice the fun, but a true 2-minute story. And if the contestant lands on the same topic twice, well, then they'll spin the wheel again. And if by chance there's a tie, and there have been ties in the past, then we do a spin-off round, and that's the third round of a 1-minute story. Are you following me so far, Eddie Feldmann?
Got it. I've written it down.
I think I have it.
Okay. Now listen, the judges, that means you guys, you are judging on 3 topics. The ability to stay on the topic, the story, and the time. And you can give between the numbers of 1 through 5 on each of those criteria, and a perfect score coming from each judge is 15 or a total of 45 per round. Are you excited?
Wait, I thought, when does Mark Maron interview me? What is this? When does Mark Maron interview me? I was told this was what the fuck?
Always.
Yeah. He's going to be on
and forever.
Okay.
You just stay put and you play this game first, and I'm sure he'll be right with us.
Okay, cool.
Okay, you guys, right now, spinning the wheel for the first story of the night. I'm so excited. Oh, boy, I've got his name right here. Now, this comedian, he has got a unique brand of humor drawing from his Midwestern Chicano roots and Marine Corps experience. Now, he's entertained audiences across the country at comedy clubs like the Hollywood Improv and the Greensboro North Carolina Comedy Zone. And then he's also appeared at dive bars, bowling alleys, elevators, VFWs, and Al-Anon meetings. Please welcome the fabulous Jacob Rosalez.
All right, yeah.
Hi, Jacob.
Hello.
Let's go, Jacob. What to do?
Oh, come on.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, come on. Get it away. No whammies. Give me love. Oh, boy. What do I get? What do I get? Do I get impeachment? Is that on there?
Ooh.
Oh, the fun is already starting. Jacob landed on the audience. Oh boy. If anybody can handle this, Jacob Rosalez can handle it because he's played before. So
Yeah.
this is your indication, guys, out there on Facebook and YouTube, to put in the chat any story topics you might want to hear about. And these guys will choose one of them for a topic. Okay, I'm seeing the comments coming in, but right now they're just saying they're glad to be here and they love the format. Here's one goat. Here's one camping, goats, camping, Biden, puberty. Oh, wow. Okay, lots coming in.
There's some good ones here. Yeah, no.
Horses. Madeline, what do you think?
I like camping.
Camping?
Camping, yeah.
That sound all right with you, Eddie, Danny?
I like camping.
concur.
I don't like to go camping, but I like to hear it.
I like to hear about camping
Here are
too.
the mishaps.
Okay, Jacob, whenever you're ready, I'll start the
Hey,
clock. Take your
camping.
time, man. Camping.
All right, camping. I got one. I come from rural Michigan. We always camped. Remember those shitty canvas tents when it would rain and you couldn't touch it because once you touch it, the water come through? Yeah, we had all that fun with camping. And I remember I was probably like 8 or 9 years old. We go camping at Pentwater, Michigan, right off of Lake Michigan. Great times. And I remember I was a fat, happy little 8-year-old. You know, I got a bunch of donuts. I'm helping to set up the camp, pitching the tent and everything. And then there's this goddamn sparrow that's there. And it's just flying all over and it's trying to get my donut. I had a nice, when I was doing the Long John donuts with the Bavarian cream and the good chocolate frosting on top of it. Oh, it was a great donut. And I'm enjoying this donut. The sparrow's just coming after me and I'm freaking out. You know, I'm a fat, chubby kid and I don't know what to do. And I think like I had like a brain fart essentially. And I just took my donut and threw it at the bird because I thought the bird was going to get me. And I lost that perfectly good donut and it got maggot ridden at the end of the day at the camping trip. So there we go, camping.
Alrighty. Look at the time, 59 seconds. You got to respect that. Madeleine Smithberg.
Okay, first of all, I'm really impressed. Not that he wove a story about a topic he did no preparation for and hit the time with only 1 second, but that he went camping. And I remember those canvas tents.
Yeah, man.
So what's my system here?
Out of a possible 15.
Right, possible
Give
15.
him 14.
14.
Okay.
That's a very high score. Very good. Nice
I
going.
was impressed.
Danny Zuker.
I mean, look, for me, like camping is when room service ends at midnight. Like that's like mostly I pretended to like camping for a very long time to make my ex-wife fall in love with me, and then when we were married and later on, it's like we should go camping again, and the jig was up. I had already gotten her. We started 25 years of me taking her for granted, so it brought up a lot of hard memories for me. The camping.
Oh,
I thought it was amazing what you did you came in. I didn't see the sparrow story coming. Your enthusiasm. I'm giving you 14 as well.
Thank you. I'll take that.
Wow, Eddie Feldmann.
Okay, well, first of all, I was a chubby and fat 8-year-old who ate those donuts, so I could relate completely to it. And I camped in the backyard of my parents' delicatessen where I could enjoy. So I get the whole part of it. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I don't know where the birds come in, but I will say, as far as staying on time and staying on topic, I'm going to give it a 13 just because I want to, edge up a little bit.
There we go. I'll take that. Thank you.
Nicely done, Jacob.
It's not a bad score at all. Let's look at Jacob's total score on the leaderboard. Oh, 41 points. That's a fine score, Jacob. And I too enjoy a good Long John.
Whoa.
All right, you guys, let's go on to the second contestant playing tonight. Ready? Oh, look at that. I got the name right here. Now, this contestant is a former newspaper reporter, and now she's currently a staff writer for Disney Junior. And she's also written on animated shows for Nickelodeon, Disney, Amazon, and Mattel. She was the host of the 2020 Nebula Awards ceremony, created and starred in the Webby-nominated series Black Girl in a Big Dress, and you can hear her storytelling on the Moth Radio Hour. Please welcome the very talented Aydrea Walden. Aydrea!
Whoa.
Hello.
Already impressed.
All right, now, Aydrea, this is the first time you've played this game. So
Correct.
no pressure, but how do you feel?
Damp, a little nervous, but excited, but also excited.
Okay.
So
Are
we'll
you ready to spin the wheel?
I'm ready to spin the wheel.
Let's tell her what to do, guys. Spin.
Spin
Right.
that wheel.
Wow. Aydrea landed on free.
Oh.
Another exciting topic on the wheel. It's free. So Aydrea can pick out any topic on the wheel. Would you like to do suggestions, or are you ready to go?
Oh, a suggestion's fine, and I can do any topic. I don't have a preference. I don't have a preference.
Well, look below where the topics are coming down on the bottom of the screen. What do you just pick one of those?
Take
your time.
No, okay, I saw hooking up was the last one that I saw, so let's just do that one.
Hooking up.
Hooking up.
Yeah.
Everybody loves that topic. Whenever you're ready, we'll start the clock.
Okay. So I was raised in the type of super religious church that taught us that you could get AIDS from like knowing gay people and that you could get pregnant from kissing. We had to sign a True Love Waits card and everything. So the first time that I made out with a boy, which wasn't until my senior year, I knew that I was absolutely destined for hell. That was it, because especially because a couple days after we made out, I got these huge welts all over my neck and like not hickeys, like this rash just showed up all over my neck. Now, this was back in the 90s. I had just seen Philadelphia and that scene where Tom Hanks takes off his short shirt in the courtroom, like that's what I thought I had on me. So I was terrified to tell my parents because I thought that I was dying from sin, but eventually I had to come clean. We go to the doctor pulls me in. She's like, we're ready to explain the results. And I was like, oh no. What is the news going to be? And she was like, it's eczema. And this sometimes happens because of stress. Are you stressed about anything? And in my head, I was like, nope, no more stress because I've learned my lesson. And just in case this was a finger wag from God, I'm never making out with anyone again.
Aydrea Walden, a fabulous story. Danny Zuker.
Well, first of all, I mean, that's pretty slutty. I'm just going to say it right off the bat. And you should be ashamed. No, that was an amazing story. That was a story that had seriously, like I just like you took me in with the beginning, like you squeezed into 1 minute. I figured out exactly. I got your whole childhood in that 1 minute, and that's not easy to do. And I'm 15 points. There you go.
Whoa, unbelievable, Eddie Feldman.
I really related the story as a chubby 8-year-old. Everything's so I never made out with anyone until well into the 20s, my 20s, not 2020. I think Aydrea did a great job. I think it was an interesting story, told well with a lot of excitement. And I'm going to give her 14 points.
14 points, not a bad score at all. Madeleine Smithberg.
Job. I love a story in which the diagnosis of eczema is a relief. I have strexema myself, and it's a friggin' nightmare. It really was great, and you just hit the ground running. You painted this picture. You went over. What did she go over? 76 of 1 second.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go 14, just because I don't want to be that like easy judge that gives everybody a 15, but know that if I didn't care about that, I probably would have given you a 15. So 14.
It feels like a slam to me, but whatever.
that's a
I
total
just
score.
want to be who was the movie reviewer that Joel Siegel that always gave
I loved everything.
Loved everything. I don't want to be the Joel Siegel of
No one does.
Nobody wants that. All right, Aydrea
Nobody.
Walden, thank you so much. Way to go,
Great
sister.
job,
443.
Very good.
Excellent. 43. Oh, man, that's amazing. All right, you guys. This next contestant, let's see here. Hang on. All righty. I got to move up. All right, here she comes. This talent, you guys, she's an executive producer on the Mindfulness Movement film with Deepak Chopra, and she guides women and men to know and own their worth as they may stand in their power. She also creates a safe space in her workshops, mastermind group, and one-on-one consulting. Please welcome the fabulous Leigh Koechner! Leigh! Where is she?
Where is Leigh? She's adjusting her readers.
There she is, right there.
There.
There he is.
There you are. Thanks, Leigh.
Hi.
So happy to have you,
Wow.
man. All right, you guys, let's tell Leigh what to do.
Spin that wheel.
Wheel.
Round and round it goes. Where it stops, nobody knows.
Hooking up. Leigh Koechner landed on hooking up. All right, Leigh, I bet you
On
anyone
a
who's
hooking
got a
up
story.
run.
Whenever you're ready, we'll start the clock. Take your time.
Back in the day, I hooked up always. I didn't really want to get to know anyone, so I would get drunk. I would make out at a bar, go home, and maybe do other things, and then I would just haul ass out. And I did this most of my 20s, and when I got near 30, I thought, I don't think this is conducive for me finding a man and getting married and maybe one day having kids. So I decided to date and stop hooking up. So the first person that asked me out, I cannot see the timer on this, but whatever. The first person that asked me out, thank you. The first person that asked me out, I went with him. And then the next guy. One guy, his breath was so bad and he turned up the windows, rolled them up and turned on the heat. And it was in California. And I was just like, what's happening? Next guy, not so good. I wanted to stick my fork in my eyeball. But the last guy was kind of a nice guy. And we went outside after the date. And I thought, I'm not going to hook up with him because now I'm practicing my talking muscle, my communicating muscle, right? So I was communicating with him and I could see he was coming in for a hug. And I put my hand up and there was just hair, wolf hair. God.
That was funny. Madeleine Smithberg.
Okay, so Leigh, I'm going to embarrass you here. I met Leigh at a screening at that and subsequent party many years ago, and we made out at the after party. You instigated it, and I enjoyed it.
I think experimenting and expanding is very important in life.
Stuck with
You
me
are a
as a
great
positive
teacher.
experience, so I feel like really kind of very qualified to judge you in this category.
How would you score that story?
That story, a 13.
Okay, a 13.
I was
Danny,
a better
what did you think
person.
about the story about Madeleine and Leigh? What do you give that story?
Who'd you say?
The story. I want to hear from Danny. What did he think about the story about Madeleine and Leigh?
I mean, I was just, I've been alone in a room for a really long time, and so that was good. I also feel qualified because Leigh and I made out at a party too.
What? Oh, let's second. How dare you?
Well, I mean, I didn't want. There were so many other men there. I didn't want to hog. I didn't want to hog it.
Like this.
Yeah, it was just a little bit like that. Look, I really enjoyed your story. I was intrigued. Your great turnaround, and the end with the hairy back. Look, I've employed laser technology to relieve me of the thing that afflicted this hirsute gentleman you hugged, because anybody who denied evolution never saw me without my shirt at an earlier point. There would have been no Scopes trial if you just saw me at the beach. So when I related to it, I thought the story's good. I'm giving you a 14 because you really 7 seconds over the clock is a nightmare. But other than that, it was really good.
Eddie Feldmann, have you made out with Leigh Koechner?
No, I haven't, but I too belong to that evolutionary club.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, and actually, if you don't have hair, I'm saying that you evolved too quickly. That's what's happened because I have to go back to it. I have a permanent, nice little T-shirt on, and so yes, that was always embarrassing for me. But a great story. I like how you led with like I'm hooking up, and I'm not going to do it, and only hooked up even more. So I'm going to give it a 13. Enjoyed it.
13 for Leigh Koechner, another good score. So let's look at the leaderboard and we'll see what Leigh has. Now remember, there's a whole second round coming up. Who knows what's going to happen there?
So much can happen.
Anything could happen. Let's see, Leigh's total score 40. There we go, 40. Excellent. And now we've got our final contestant for the first round. And this girl, I got to tell you, I never met her before. She's a fan of the show. She asked to be on. I said, yes, you come on. Come on.
Uh-oh.
I know. Now,
I got a bad feeling.
A very busy girl with her day job as a graphic designer for a hospital. So if you're a graphic designer for a hospital, you've been very busy with new COVID information over and over again. And when she's not working as a graphic designer, she performs at Planned Parenthood fundraisers and open mics in Portland. This girl's a Canadian. Please welcome Billy Abraham. Billy!
Hello, everybody.
Hello, Billy Abraham.
Billy!
Now, I will know with any of you. I don't know. I can't remember. We'll
Billy,
find out.
are you scared? Are you nervous? Because, you're very fresh at this. How do you feel?
I'm feeling fresh. I could use some deodorant, but you guys wouldn't know, so that's great.
Cool.
Okay, let's tell her what to do, guys.
Spin that wheel.
What am I going to get? Uh-oh. We froze. We're back.
Vacation. Billy Abraham landed on vacation. I'm sure she's been on one, and if she hasn't, well, that's a story too. Okay, Billy, whenever you're ready, I'll set the clock.
All right. Well, I have been on a vacation that turned into a holiday, let's say. I'm trying to think of a vacation that I could call a vacation that wasn't visiting family members. So I guess when I was 13, I was on the track team and I got sent to the Junior Jewish Olympics in Toronto, Canada. And let's call that work trip turned into a vacation because there was not many chaperones on the campus of the Toronto University. And there was 4,000 junior Jews from around the world. And I was trying to be cool, hung out with the older kids. I made it to the finals of the 400 meters, but I missed my final because I was hanging out with the cool kids in the other age bracket. And that's it. Great.
All righty, Billy Abraham. Eddie Feldman, what do you say?
Well, I love the junior Jews. Seems like it was candy, like I'd have at the matinees. They would get your junior Jews, then let's go watch
Music.
Yeah. So I'm going to say, as far as on task, yes, good story. Little over time, just a tad, but I'm going to give it a 13. I'm a 13.
13. Eddie, are you referring to the Juju bees?
Could be.
The junior.
I'm more like, it's kind of a mix. It'd be junior Juju bees.
I see. All right, Madeleine Smithberg.
Okay, first of all, Mushbuka, Pacific Northwest. I'm in Seattle. Secondly, I just love the idea of a bunch of Canadian junior Jews running track. That is like an image that will fill my soul for many days to come. You were 3 seconds over, but this is your first time. I'm going to give you a 13 as well, and I mean it with a lot of love.
Danny Zuker.
Okay, so my favorite thing about this whole story, and you saved it again, but you started this story the way I started my oral book report about The Great Gatsby when I hadn't read it. You basically were like, mine went like this. It was like, The Great Gatsby is a book, a great book a man named Gatsby, who many considered to be great. And like, so you were riffing like the kid who didn't have his homework. So I was like, oh, I'm writing her off. She's not going to have it. And then boom, yeah, Canadian Jews running. You went over. I'm giving you 13. That's how I feel.
We'll take it.
13, not a bad score at all.
Yeah.
Way to go, Billy Abraham. Let's take a look at the leaderboard and Billy's total score. I'm not good at math, so I'm waiting for the sign. 39 points. 39 points for Billy.
Nice
Oh,
for your
guys.
first time.
That was the first round. Big round of applause for everybody.
Don't coddle her.
Yeah, that
Don't
was
coddle
good,
her.
right?
Spin that wheel. Oh, no, not now.
Well, not yet. Take off your shirt. Okay, I have four. I have four names. They're all going back in to the Story Smash Can of Truth. And now we begin the second round. They're going to spin the wheel again. And this time they're telling a true 2-minute story. And remember, we do fact check the stories.
Oh,
Yeah, we do.
All right, you guys, coming up right now for the second round, 2-minute story. Once again, the first guy up, Jacob Rosalez. Jacob!
Wow, yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
All right, you guys, let's tell Jacob.
Come on,
Look
give
at
me
you.
some love. Give me some love. Yeah, let's go. Oh my gosh, he's got. Oh boy.
wow.
Come on, what do I got here? Do I get another audience pick? Do I get something saucy?
Jacob Rosales landed on
More hookups. It's uncomfortable.
Pets.
Oh my god. Pets.
Okay,
Great
whatever you're ready,
category.
pets. Take your time.
Pets. Oh, I mean, I remember the family dog that we had, Sam. This dog, we had her for like, I think 18 years.
Wow.
And I remember I was like a senior in high school. We got her when I was just a little baby. And when I was a senior in high school, it was bad. Like she had cancer.
Ooh.
And it was like, Danny, it was all over, like just tumors all over. And the dog could hardly get around. And I tell my mom, I'm living with my mother. And I said, Mom, you got to take the dog to the vet. We got to put her down. It's time. She's like, okay, I'll go. And so she goes there, and I think I was watching football. I remember it was like near wintertime in the fall. It was cold out. And I probably had a Lions game on. They were losing as usual because it's the Detroit Lions. God bless them. But she comes home and she brings the goddamn dog home.
Oh no.
And I'm like, Mom, what's the vet didn't put. Why did the vet put her down? And she's like, oh, he said she's fine. He said she's fine. He wouldn't do it. And I do immediately. My mom's got taffy pockets. I do immediately. It's like, she didn't want to pay the $350. So she just looks at me and she says, get the phone, call your father, tell him you need the gun. Because she figured, hey, my ex-husband that cheated on me with the next door neighbor, he's got a well-maintained 30-06 rifle and some bullets from the Walmart. So I called Dad up. I said, hey, Dad, I need the gun. Okay, what's happening? I said, we got to put Sam down. He's like, okay, bring her over. And so I go over to his place. He's like, okay, what are you going to do? I'm going to take her out to the country, to the tree line. Okay, I'll come with. So we take the dog out to the woods. And then he pulls the gun out of the case. And I say, Dad, give me the gun. And he's all melodramatic. He says, no, I'm not going to let you shoot your own dog. I shot Max. I know how that felt. And I said, Dad, you hated that dog. He's like, it didn't fucking matter. It was my dog. And then he shot the dog and we buried her. God bless Sam. Thank you very much.
Holy shit.
I mean,
Eddie Feldman.
All right. Where else are you going to get that story but Story Smash? In the 2-minute, the wheel turns, and it's like, oh, hey, how I killed a dog. Sorry. I was waiting for the chubby 8-year-old, I guess. Maybe, and then you went and you had the Long Johns afterwards, like the.
Oh yeah, coffee and Long Johns. Talked about Lions football, definitely.
Yeah, nice MacGuffin with the Lions game. It's like, oh. So that was the sad part. I'm going to give you another 13 and remind me never be sick around you.
Wow. Danny Zuker.
I mean, that story had all the elements of a great, funny story. Cancer, dead dog, shooting somebody, divorce, a mom who is. Did you say she has taffy pockets?
Taffy pockets, yeah.
That means like money sticks to them.
Exactly, yeah. She's cheap.
I never heard that. My dad was cheap. They used to call him high pockets, which I heard. But so I don't know. But look, I was it was exactly the story I expected when you landed on pets. So I'm kidding. I'm giving you a 14. I just thought that was a really good story. A little treading water in the middle, but a good story altogether.
A 14, that's a good score. Wait, I think I just saw a banner for a tip jar. Did you see that?
No.
Didn't you put it up?
No, I didn't put it up. Look, my hands are right here, Madeleine. That memo, I don't think it's ever been used.
Oh my God. Let me just tell you.
I wonder if anybody tried to put $1 or $5 in there. What would happen?
Certainly don't ask Jacob's mom.
That's serious. She's got taffy pockets.
Madeleine Smithberg, what'd you think of Jacob's story?
I say 15.
Wow.
Thank you.
Just continually impressed by you.
Yeah.
You don't miss a beat. You don't panic. You hear the topic and you go to a story. This story had tumors. This story had a dying pet. This story had family dynamics. This story had pain. This story had humor. And it all came out of your head with 0 seconds of preparation. And I don't care if you were 1 second, 0.32 over. That, to me, is a perfect score.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right, let's take a look at Jacob's score. 42 points. 42 points. Is that right? 42 points. All right, he does the math. I just read the numbers. Great job, Jacob. Thank you so much. And let's see who's coming up next for a true 2-minute story. Looky there. It's Aydrea Walden. Aydrea, come on. True 2-minute story. I think this was the same order as last time.
It is.
It is, Aydrea. Are you ready, sister?
Let's do it.
All right, guys, let's tell her what to do. Spin.
I'm going to find it.
Vacation. Aydrea landed on vacation. I know she's been on vacation, so we need a true 2-minute story. Whenever you're ready, Aydrea, we'll set the clock.
Yep. So I will pretty much go from 0 to pants off. If someone tells me they think I am smart, it is my love language. It works every single time. I will do anything anyone asks me after that. So in college one day, this girl comes up to me and says she has this amazing travel opportunity for super smart kids like me. And I was like, great, I'm in. I don't know what it is. So she invites me to this orientation. And at the orientation, it's a room of a bunch of other super high achievers who are going to change the world. And they just pump us up for like an hour. And they're like, you're going to have the best summer vacation ever. You're not going to have the typical college summer. You're going to have the most amazing summer vacation because you are going to Evansville, Indiana to sell books door to door. Bye. And and we're so hopped up on like compliments that we're like, we're doing it. And they send us to Evansville with no accommodations. They just send us with like bags of books and we have to find our own places to live. I ended up living in the basement of this woman's house, complete stranger. And we're going to selling books door to door. This was like in the late 90s. So we were like, what about the internet? They're like, don't worry about that thing. And we're like, okay. Turns out I'm real bad at selling books, I barely sell any. I spend the whole summer just hating it. This is how I'm spending my summer vacation. Then finally one day, one day I'm in a like this really posh neighborhood and this like guy rides up to me and he's like, what are you doing? And I tell him and he's like, oh, I've got kids. They were educational books. He's like, I've got kids. Why don't you come to my house? And I was so excited because they told us, the group told us that if we got an invitation, we were definitely going to sell books. So I go to this guy's house. I knock on the door. He's like, come inside. And I was like, awesome, because they told us if we got invited inside that we were super smart and good and we would totally sell books. So I go inside and I pitch him all the books and then I look around and I notice that he doesn't have any like photographs of children or like backpacks or toys. And I was like, how old are your kids? And he's like 30. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm in a criminal's home. I think he saw the panic wash over my face. He ended up taking me back to that woman's basement. And then I didn't even try to sell any more books after that.
Wow, what a story. Madeleine Smithberg.
Okay, first of all, that sounds like the worst vacation ever.
Wasn't great.
And I love how we're so like insecure that if somebody compliments us on our intelligence, I'm just like you. I'm like, yeah, I'll take my shirt off. What do you want? And I really, really, really enjoyed it. And I'm going to give you a 13.
A 13. Eddie Feldman.
Okay, so yeah, the idea of just selling books door to door is intriguing to me. I had a friend who sold Encyclopedia Britannicas one time, and he got a complaint, a letter. The guy said, "Hey, it was great, but R was a little slow." So he he's like, whatever. And so it was a great story. I love that your safe space was in the basement of another woman's home. So that's where you could retreat to. I'm going to give you a 14 because I just for your pain of having to spend it in Evansville, Indiana.
14. Okay, Danny Zuker.
First of all, I just want to say you're very smart. It didn't work. No, that story is. First of all, I was exactly the same way. It doesn't matter. You could tell anything you wanted to tell me. I'm just like I have absolutely hated people. Like, I hate that fucking guy, and he liked my joke, and then suddenly like, oh yeah, I'll help you move. I don't. I understand you so well. I think you're like an amazing storyteller. Like you will clearly do this. Like you came in, you're just really good at this. I have nothing else to say, but and I don't want anything from like this is not. I'm not setting you up to sell anything for.
Where do you live? I'll be there in a second.
Yeah. Okay. I can't give you 15 twice because you went over a little, so I'll give you 14. But not really.
That's still a fine score. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. And yeah, I'll tell you, Aydrea Walden, I'm happy to meet you. And let's take a look at your score. 41 points. 41 points. It's a fine score. Yeah, that was right. 15, 14, and 13. There you go. Fabulous. Thank you, Aydrea. I appreciate it so much. Thanks for playing. All right, you guys, let's bring on the next storyteller for a true 2-minute story. And that person is the fabulous Billy Abraham. Billy! Where is she? Come on, Billy!
She's always.
Yeah, where's she going? All right, Billy. There's a 2-minute story coming at you, sister. Let's tell her what to do. Spin.
Yeah. Suspense.
Pets. Coming back on pets, Billy.
No, not pets. Respin.
Why? What's wrong with that? Pets.
I'm not a pet person.
I know, but then that's going to be a great story. So whenever you're ready, I'll start the clock.
This could be the biggest nightmare for me.
Hold on, let me make some popcorn.
Yes. I won't look at people's pets' pictures. I don't like talking about pets.
You're in.
Now I'm telling a story about pets?
Uh-huh.
Are you kidding me?
About hating pets.
Oh, wow. The clock has started. Okay, let's go. All right, I will tell you a pet story. I'll do it. Okay. Well, my family, I have a husband and 2 children. They all want a dog, and I don't. I relented and said yes to the neighbor, said you could have our turtle. And we took their turtle because they bought it for their son, who found out you could get salmonella. Yes, we're all Jewish. And he said, I don't want the turtle anymore. So now we get the turtle and nobody takes care of it except my husband. And it takes over the basement and scratches and scritches and no one can use the basement. My husband puts it on next door. This is a marriage-ending turtle. And a bunch of Russians called him up and were fighting over the turtle. See, I don't have good pet stories because I don't have anything invested in pets. And maybe that's the story. I'm so sick of being, people think I'm a bad person because I don't like pets. Am I supposed to like pets? I don't know. I'm very confused. I've seen a therapist for this, a pet therapist. And they think that I should go see a regular therapist, and they don't have medicine for people who don't like pets. So I'm at a crossroads here, and this isn't a story, but it is a story. And I don't think you understand what a story this is, because now my family is laughing at me because they're like, see, if we would have gotten a dog, you might have won the story contest. So I am going to fill the rest of this 20 seconds with the reasons I don't like pets. They smell. They make noise. They want something from me. I can't drink with them. They don't cook me food. They don't clean toilets. And
Okay, I have to tell you, first of all, Billy, you had a story about pets. It was a great story. You had so much to say, Danny Zuker.
You simultaneously had no story, but figured a way to go over time. I mean, I want you to really give yourself some credit for that, because I've never seen that happen. And
that's pure genetics.
And the first 15 seconds of this story were just sort of complaining about doing this topic, which I've also never seen. Brilliant. I was hanging on every word on that way. You somehow found your way in, fell short, said, I'll fill the rest of the time, added time. Look, you took me on a journey. It's sort of like, I remember seeing Andy Kaufman in a club. I couldn't say like I laughed, but I was like really glad I did. And this was the Andy Kaufman performance of Story Smash. I'm giving you a 12.
A 12. Madeleine Smithberg, I saw you laughing.
Not a 15. That's generous.
Okay.
I don't know. I think a 13 might be more fair.
You can complain about everything. This is fantastic.
Madeleine.
Loved watching you segue in, and I wanted to hear more about the turtle, because obviously that turtle just ruined your pet sort of experience. And I'm right now married to a guy that is not a dog person, and all I want in life is to have a fucking dog. So I'm not on your side on that, because I feel like people that don't love animals are scary. But you're funny, so that sort of grandfathers you back in, and you did allow the turtle to happen, and you did go over as you were vamping. So I'm going to give you a 13 as well.
A 13. And I just have to say, Eddie, we're going to talk to you in a minute, but I just have to say, I got a note that came in on my phone that said that somebody named Jeffrey Abraham. Do you know that person?
Might be my husband.
Billy's husband Venmo'd me a couple of bucks. So it worked. The Venmo jar is in fact working. The tip jar works. Thank your husband for me.
I would like to change my score to 13.
How about let's go 14 maybe?
Okay, Danny's changed his score to 13. Eddie Feldmann.
Are we allowed to do that?
No, I just did it though. Whatever.
He just, yeah. Eddie?
Well, I love the reluctant storyteller angle. I'm not going to tell you anything, and then I am telling you and making us feel good that, oh, you're blessing us that you told us what's going to happen. And then, you know what? I will say this, because you don't have a pet, your husband had extra money to throw around on the Venmo. So if you had to worry about buying some food and kibble, you might not have had it. So, see, it all kind of works out for us, and that's really the important thing. I'm going to give you a 13 as well. It's just a little bit over, but I thought it was great. So way to save it and tell an interesting story.
Way to do it, Billy. Billy, you've been so funny. Thank you so much for playing.
Nice, Billy.
You're having me.
Jacob. Let's see. What's Billy got? Billy's got 39 on that round. We'll be totaling up both rounds in a few minutes here. But first, let's hear from our final storyteller of the second round, and that is the very talented and very, very smart Leigh Koechner. Put your hands together, guys. Come on, Leigh. Woo!
Did you say smart?
All right, you guys, let's tell her what to do. Spin.
And that wheel.
I hope I hear more makeout stories between you three.
Yeah.
Remember it so well.
Oh boy, Leigh Koechner landed on Hollyweird, and she's been in Hollywood for some time, so I'm quite sure Leigh Koechner has a story about Hollyweird. You've got 2 minutes, Leigh. Whenever you're ready, we'll start the clock.
My estranged husband got asked to, I want to say DJ, but really to roast men who have started companies and made a lot of money. So I went to the roast, and the first man stood up before Dave got up, and he said, is Elon Musk in the room? And everybody goes, no. And he goes, then I'm officially the richest man in the room. And I was like, oh, that's who these guys are. So anyway, that happened. It was going on. And afterwards, there was an after party. And we went up to the penthouse somewhere. And I did have the best tequila I've ever tasted in my life there, and the best champagne. So I don't even know what it was, but I enjoyed myself. But then we all went to this penthouse somewhere to celebrate after. And Elon Musk did show up. So he shows up at the party, and I didn't even realize it because I'm holding court and storytelling and having a great time and cocktailing, whatever. And then all of a sudden, the most beautiful woman that I think I've seen in person sat down right in front of me. And she's looking at me, and I'm talking to a bunch of people like this, and she's just sitting right in front of me staring at me. And I thought, maybe this is going to be a cute makeout. I don't know what's about to happen. Why is she staring at me so intently? Anyway, I kept storytelling, and all of a sudden her finger popped into my mouth. And I was like, what the fuck? She put something in my mouth. So anyway, I'm just sitting there like this, like what just happened? Then all of a sudden, I don't know what happened, but I was just staring at the ground, thinking about a lot about life. And then my estranged husband looked over and saw me, and he came over and goes, honey, what's going on? I was like, why? Why are you asking me that? He goes, because you were just holding court and now you're staring at the ground. I was like, well, I think that girl put something in my mouth. No, I didn't tell him. He sat down next to me, and I go like this. Hey, come here. Come back here. And she sat down and go, do what you did to me, to my husband. And she was watching him talk and stuck her finger in his mouth. It was Amber Heard, and it was Molly.
Oh, man. Leigh Koechner roofied at a Hollywood party. Eddie Feldmann.
Okay. So that was a great story, a great ending. I didn't see it coming. I'm going to have to go with a 15 for that. I mean,
Wow.
finger in the mouth.
Hey,
And making her do it to your husband as well, just to show you. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's like, oh, here.
I didn't want to do it by myself.
I feel
that Madeleine Smithberg put her finger in your mouth, but no.
I thought she might get jealous from the story, so I tried to tone it down, but Amber Heard's finger went in.
Madeline.
Okay, first of all, I'm totally jealous. I
knew.
thought that our making out was like a special thing.
Telling this.
I know. What an amazing party. I've never been invited to anything like that. And I've been to some pretty fabulous shit. Wow, Elon Musk, what a nut job. Okay, so it went a little over. It was a little fucked, but I'm going to give you a 13 because I hope we can make out again.
13 will not give you a makeout, Madeline.
Sorry.
Danny.
I just, no one's ever given me free drugs. It's like, when I hear about people, and I know, look, there's a lot of bad things, but I would love someone at a party to be into me enough that they would want to dose me in some way. But it's like, it's just like, it's lonely, you know, I'm a stranger as well, and I'm looking for a party to get dosed at. So, I thought it was a really good story. You did go over a little bit and found yourself, but I'm going to give you a 14 because you're a delight and a national treasure.
That's right. She's a national treasure.
True. Thank you, Danny.
All right, let's take a look at Leigh's total score. Leigh's total score is 42 for this round, 42. All right, so now the judges will just sit here and chat with you guys for a minute while the producer adds up all the scores of both rounds because, you know, there's a lot of math involved, which I'm not good at. But I do want the winner to know that the winner tonight is going to get 10 fresh US dollars coming to you on Venmo tomorrow morning. How do you like that?
Holy shit.
That's what I'm talking about.
Sparkle fingers.
Miracles never.
That'll buy
cease.
you almost a half a Molly.
It used to be
I
a
love
thing of
Molly.
cookies, and now we're giving away hard, cold cash. So let's bring everybody back into the room. What a great night. Let's just give everybody a round of applause now. Come on, wherever you are, guys. Billy Abraham, Jacob Rosalez, Leigh Koechner, Aydrea Walden, Madeleine Smithberg, Danny Zuker, and Eddie Feldmann. Thank you, everybody, so much for playing. And now let's take a look at some of the scores. I have not been counting myself. And there's also a lot of comments. Let's look at some of the comments in the chat room. Oh, look at that. My friend Jane up in Portland. Hi, Jane. We went to the Peace Corps together. Hey, Jane. Katie Love. She wants to know what making
Hi, Katie.
doesn't remember. Katie Love doesn't remember. And Paul Votto. Paul Votto's here. Yeah. Mike McFarland. Hi, Meg. Dying from Sin. And Jim Coughlin is always here. Way to go. Macy Poole, thanks for showing up tonight. And all right, let's see some scores. Do we have scores? We ready for that? Let's look at the scores.
Scared.
You do have to add up two numbers.
Look at the scores. Here we go. Where are the scores? They're coming up right now. What a blast. I always love playing with you guys. Billy's total score, 78 points. Billy's total score, 78. Well, it wasn't Venmo me. So add another 10 points on that. I'm kidding. And who else? What else we got here?
So we got Billy at 78.
Doesn't get
it's 78, and we've got Leigh's total score 82. 82.
Come on.
82. What else we got there? I still can't see much. Jacob Rosalez is 83. 83.
Wow.
Great score.
Hey.
And now what? And now what's happening? And
84, right on. Good job.
84. Yeah. She's the winner tonight of Story Smash. Way to go, Aydrea. We're here every single Friday night at 7 p.m. Pacific time, live on Facebook and YouTube. And I sure appreciate everybody coming out. And especially a huge round of applause to Danny Zuker, Madeleine Smithberg, Eddie Feldmann, and the winner tonight, Aydrea Walden. My name is
Hey.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
We're all
Take care.
fantastic.
Have a wonderful weekend.